Hey guys, Jack Spirko here, and I wanted to talk about blending your own teas from bulk herbs today. I've actually talked about this on the air a few times, and I've given this recipe away a few times. This is our absolute favorite tea, but I keep getting questions as to how, and when you see how simple it is, you'll see why I really didn't think I needed to do a how. But I think it'll also make an impact as to how money-saving this idea is. You think about what you pay for a little can of tea, say, something that holds maybe a half pint, like this jar, which will be our actual measuring device for this. So this tea has 5 different herbs in it. It has peppermint, it has chamomile, it has lemongrass, it has lemon balm, and it has green tea. And if you would like to make it non-caffeinated, you can do it with blackberry leaf and substitute the green tea. I like the green tea and a little kick of caffeine. So this is basically a chamomile peppermint tea, and the other guys are playing like backup vocals to it, if you want to think about it that way. So we go heavy with the initial stuff. So let's see, we have Davidson's organic peppermint leaves. We've featured these before on TSP Item of the Day. This is a great source of organic peppermint. We grow a lot of peppermint here, but to cut, to sift, etc., it's just a big labor-saving device to go ahead and buy it. And the ratio is a 2-to-1 ratio in this particular blend with the primaries and the secondaries. So there's 2 peppermints, and you can use anything to measure with this. I do all of my measuring by volume with herbs. I don't do it by weight, but you do have to think a little bit. If you're using something like rose hips, they're very dense, so there's going to be a lot more of them into a thing. So you adjust your quantities based on that. Next up, German chamomile. This is kind of important. I want you to see what I'm looking for when I buy a chamomile. I don't want little sifted leaves and stuff. I want whole flowers. If you take a look at that, you can see they're whole flowers. That's where all the really beautiful flavor in chamomile is. So I want 2 of those in there. And this is Frontier Organic Herbs. This is a supplier of this. I also get these from Amazon. And there'll be links in the video notes where you can get all these herbs. And basically, if it's on Amazon, it has good reviews, and it's an organic herb, I'm fine with it. And as I start to do this, I begin to do my mixing. And because as you get it all in there, it's just easier to start mixing as you go. Next, we are going to go with our lemongrass. This is from Star West Botanicals, another great company. You see, I have no brand loyalty. I'm looking for the best deal on a good quality organic herb on Prime, so it's free shipping. So we're going to do 1 lemongrass, and you can see what I'm looking for in a lemongrass. I don't want little tiny pieces. I want nice chopped lemongrass. A little extra won't hurt nothing. Next up, we'll do the lemon balm. This is from American Bulk Herbs. It's also an organic product. 1 scoop of lemon balm. And stuff like lemon balm and mint, it's not usually as big of a problem, but again, you want a product that has some substance to the leaves. You don't want something that looks like dust, because it's just not going to make a good tea product for you. I'm sure it's fine for certain things, but it's not good for your tea you want to drink every day. And guys, this tea here is what got me, of all people, off of drinking like 2 pots of coffee a day. You can ask the camera woman, that is not a stretch. It might have been more, honey, huh?
Oh, I think it was more.
It was more.
Absolutely.
So then we need 1 jar of Gunpowder Green Tea. And we'll get that in there, and I'll talk a little bit about what Gunpowder Green Tea is. There's no cordite in here. You can't load shells with it. It's about the shape, and the leaves are rolled, and it makes them a little bit more dense. So that's what I was talking about. You know, if you were doing a blend with this with some green tea and you wanted just a little bit of green tea character to it, you might want to back off on the quantity a little bit, because there's a lot more tea leaf in a cup of this or a half pint of this than there would be in a more loose non-rolled tea. But I really like the way this stuff comes out, and it also filters out nice in a French press, which is another reason I use it. This is also from Davidson. Yeah, this is from Davidson Organics. All these companies are great companies. Will give us a good mix. And as you see, I'm not crushing anything. I'm not grinding anything. I'm trying to be really gentle. And one thing you got to realize is there's different size material in here. So in your jars, this stuff tends to settle. So I don't like to fill a jar absolutely to the top. Standard canning funnel, just like you use for canning. And then just take your measuring cup. And I want you to realize all these bags are pretty daggone still close to full. So when you're pricing this stuff out, you really have to price it in comparison to, like, what if you went out and bought a product like this? A lot of times I make double this amount for the brevity of the video and for the cameraman's sanity, camera woman's sanity. I decided to make a smaller batch, but even with a batch like this, usually I just take this over to the sink and just dump it out of the bowl. That way if I spill any, I don't have a mess to clean up. We should get right at 2 quarts, maybe a little bit less. You can see, like, down there, you see the dust in the bottom. And that's what I'm saying. You want to make sure you leave some room in your jars so you can always do a kind of a little roll and shake so that you don't end up with just the bottom being all finings. Balance it a little bit. Leave that headroom. Once you have a jar on that, you can kind of roll them around, and it's a good idea each day when you make make some tea, you kind of give them a roll and a flip and a turn, and that way you keep a good mixture, and you don't end up with your product again having like all of your fines sitting here at the bottom, because they're fining your tea, but when they're just those, you're kind of left with the dust that you're gonna throw away. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Again, I'll have links to all of these products in the video notes and the post notes that go along with this video. But there's not much to it, and maybe we'll do another video maybe tomorrow morning where we show you how to do it with the French press. We use 4 tablespoons of this to make one big French press, and then we keep making it all day long. We just add 1 more tablespoon each time. So these jars, this jar will last me about a week. It'll probably last the average person about a month or 2. And again, I mean, you can see that the bags that there's a lot left to be made. I could probably do this 6, 8 more times out of this, and that's a lot better than paying, I don't know, what do you pay for that much of an organic loose leaf tea? 6, 8, 10 bucks. I figure out to make a jar of this for about $1.50.